Hello, it's JJ from Fiesta. This is year 2 gymnastics and the topic is ball, tall and wall. First up, we are going to get warm, so let's go. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk on the spot like a soldier. Okay, now you can put your hand up like this if you want to do a salute. Okay, lovely. So now we're going to jump on the spot like a kangaroo. Now we're going to side to side, forward to back. Lovely. Then we're going to stand on our tiptoes, we're going to stretch it like a giraffe. Lovely. Okay, so why do we do a warm-up? Now we do a warm-up, okay, to get our blood going and we get our body and mind ready for exercise. Okay, so we're all ready, our heart is raised, we're ready to do some exercise and we don't get injured. Knees, okay, we're down, bending our knees. Now if this is too quick, go slower. Okay, this is just getting all the blood going through our legs, so we're not going to get injured when we do our knee fundamentals. Okay, we're going to do high knees. Now if you can't do high knees, you can just jump on the spot, okay? Lovely, okay, you're going to wave this right hand, give a big wave to everyone. Now we're going to wave our right arm, like it's crazy, we can go everywhere. Then we're going to shrug our shoulders up and down. And you can have a little bounce with your knees at the same time. Lovely, now we're going to wave our left arm. Everywhere again, crazy. Then we're going to wave our left arm. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our legs just shoulder to back, and we're going to go side to side like this, with our hips. Lovely. Okay, now shake your left leg. Shake it everywhere. Lovely. Now just that foot around the ankle. Try and balance if you can. It's all good, the music's coming back on. And then we go right foot. Just this right foot. Lovely. Try and balance it. Now our right leg. Everywhere. Lovely. And then we're going to do some small arm circles. And then we're going to go really big. There we are. Nice and big, nice and big, nice and big. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit smaller again, backwards the other way. And then some bigger circles all the way around. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to shake our whole body up. Shake your head, yeah. So, yes, shake head, no. Shake your head, yes. Shake all the way down from your hands, your arms, shoulders. Whoa, and shake it off. And now we're ready to do some physical activity. Go. Okay, now we are nice and warm. Our mind and body are ready for physical activity. I'm going to tell you about the focus for today. We are going to be able to show a variety of ball-shaped actions. Now, why a ball shape? Well, a ball shape in gymnastics is a fundamental shape for further skills. So, first one we're going to do is we're going to do the sitting ball shape, okay? So we can get on the floor, nice and tight, like this. How did we get into the sitting ball shape? Nice, very well done. We curled up and we squeezed as tight as we can, putting our feet together and our feet in, up until our bums, and then we're here. Okay, so what is another name of a sitting ball shape in gymnastics? That's right, a tuck. And we can see that when we bring our legs in, we're tucking them in, we're tucking them right into our bodies and we're getting nice and tight. Now, in your space, can you explore other ways we can hold a static ball shape? I'm going to give you one of mine. So, we're going to get nice and tight, bringing our feet in, pointing our toes, our head is going to come in on our back. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to see if you can come up with another static ball shape. Very well done. Okay, so let's go through them, shall we? So we've got the one on our back, nice and tucked in. Did anyone get the one on our side? Still tucked in, still same shape. And what about on our knees? And then finally, on our feet. Nice and tucked in. You have a go at them shapes, and then we're going to move on. Okay, now we are going to challenge. We're going to have a challenge, right? So, what we are going to do is we're going to run on the spot. And then when JJ shouts freeze, you're going to get into and pick one of your static ball shapes that we've just done. Okay, so we're just going to go through, join on the spot, freeze, and we're going to get down. I'm going to choose the one on my feet. And we're going to hold it for, actually, how long should we hold our static ball shapes for? What's the magic number in gymnastics? 3. Well done. Okay, so we're going to hold it like a statue for 3 seconds. Alright, so let's just have a little practice. So running on the spot. JJ shouts freeze. Okay, and then we choose one of our static ball shapes. We hold it for 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Okay. Now it's your turn. Remember to keep your feet in, your feet tucked in, okay, and you're going to keep nice and tight, curled up. Are we ready? Here we go. So we're running on the spot. And freeze. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Back up on your feet. Let's go again. Remember keeping them feet tucked in. Freeze. Quick as you can. Getting into that ball shape. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll go for one more. Make sure you're trying to do a different ball shape every time. And freeze. Feet together, quick, tucked in, nice and curled up. 1, 2, 3. And back on your feet. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Let's move on to ball-shaped actions. Now we've just done our little challenge of getting into static ball shapes, but now we're going to move on to ball-shaped actions, which is travelling and moving in the ball shape. So what I'm going to let you do first is explore in your space all of the travelling ball-shaped actions. I am going to show you my one first, which is Mr. Small. Okay, so I'm going to get nice and low, and I'm going to walk around like I'm Mr. Small. Okay, in my ball shape, so it's staying nice and tucked in. Okay, lovely. I would like you to see how many that you can now come up with. So you need to make sure you stay safe and make sure there's enough space around as you're travelling, and your head must not touch the floor. You've got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Off you go. Good job, well done. There were some good ball-shaped actions. Now I'm going to show you some of the ones that I seem to come up with, but I bet you guys did too. Alright, so the first one is spinning around in our ball shape on our bums like this. So doing a big spin, staying nice and tucked in, keeping our feet in, pushing ourselves around, lovely. Then I've got the slide, so using my feet to go forwards and backwards in that ball shape motion, okay, travelling. And then next we have a buddy bounce. So we get into the ball shape where we're on our feet, okay, and then we are going from our hands and feet all the way around, okay. And finally we have the egg roll. So on our knees and then head in. And we roll over. let's have a closer look at a couple of these ball-shaped actions. The first one, the bunny bounce. So we get into our static ball shape where we're on our feet, and we're going to transfer the weight from our feet to our hands. Okay, so I'll show you this to the side. Lovely. Start like that. Then we're going to do a little jump. Okay, so do a little jump in between, back to our feet, hands back to our feet, and then we're going to try and travel forwards whilst doing that. So onto our feet and then in. Nice, well done. Now to our egg roll. So we get into our knee static ball shape. So like this. Okay. And what we're going to do, breaking it down, is we're going to first make sure our head is tucked in, and we need to be careful it doesn't hit the floor. But we're going to roll first onto our side, then onto our back, then onto our side again, and back to that static ball shape. Okay, so a bit quicker, and we can do it the other static ball shape. Now that we've had a look at those moves and I've shown you how to do them, go and have a go yourself. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to explore both of them movements. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to make a bit of a combination. We're going to put our static ball shapes and our ball shaped actions together. Okay, so this bit of an activity that we've got going on now is you are going to move around in your ball shaped actions, and then when I shout freeze, you're going to get into your static ball shape. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So if I'm going to choose to do the bunny bounce, so I'm going to move around, making sure that I've got enough space around me, nice and tucked in, and then when JJ shouts freeze, I'm going to get into my static ball shape, okay, which is on my back, and I've got my toes pointed and my head is tucked in, okay. Now, try and make sure that you are not just using the same thing. So don't do a bunny bounce and then into a standing ball shape. Try and do a different one. We're going to do it 3 times. And remember, what was that magic number? 3, that's right. So we're going to hold it for 3 seconds. We're going to hold our static ball shape for 3 seconds. Are you ready? Okay, so here we go. So move around in your action. So either a bunny bounce or an egg roll. And freeze. Quick, gas it, get into static ball shape, nice and tucked in. 1, 2, 3. Well done, we're going to try again. So try and change your action this time. So if you did an egg roll, try and do a bunny bounce, or you can do the slide on your bum. And freeze. Quick, nice and tucked in, get them toes pointed if you can. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Now, I'm going to show you something that we are going to be practicing every single week, so you need to make sure this is something that you remember. It is called a unit conditioning phrase. Alright? I know that sounds really complicated, but basically all it is a set of movements that we're going to do and practice every single week. So, I'm going to show you the movements now. So the first one is a star shape like this. Okay? Nice and big. Stretch your arms out, stretch your feet out, and stretch your whole body out. Make yourself as big as possible. And then we have got the tall shape. So we're nice and tall. Okay? So try and stand on your tiptoes if you can. And stretch up your arms, wiggle them fingers, try and stretch as long as you can, try and keep your balance. Nice. The next one is the ball shape that we practiced earlier on our feet. Okay, so stay on our feet, stay nice and tucked in. Okay, feet together, nice and close tuck. There we are. Then we've got front support. So we put our hands down, just like we do a bunny bounce, and you can either walk your feet out, or you can jump into this position here called front support. Then we're going to roll to our side and we're going to do side support. So stretch them arms out, okay, feet come together, lovely, like that. Then we're going to do over into back support. So make sure our feet are out, our toes are pointed, okay, and we've got a nice straight body. Then we're going to go to seated bull shape like we did before. So feet together, feet in, and we're closing up our body, curling up, nice and tucked. Then we're going to go to tall on the floor. So we're going to stretch out, nice pointed toes, legs out, and stretch our arms out as far as we can. Nice big stretch. Lovely. Okay, so if you have looked at their movements and you're a little bit, or I don't know all of them, pause it, rewind, and go back to the start of that little section, learning the unit conditioning phrase. Then once you've done that, you can do it 2 or 3 times. I'm going to give you 30 seconds now to try and run through them set of movements at least twice. If you can get it in 3 times, that'd be brilliant, but at least twice. You ready? Go. Go. Brilliant job, well done. So, for your final challenge, we are going to, I'm going to ask you in a second, okay, to put a sneaky shape into your set of movements, into your unit conditioning phrase. Now, that shape is going to be a star shape, so one of these, okay, nice and stretched out, alright? But first, before you do that, I'm going to show you my set of movements, and I am going to sneak a little star in there, and you tell me if you can see where it is. Okay, so here we go. Could you tell where it was? I think you may be right, but let's just have a quick look and I'll show you where it was. So, we had our star, we had our tool, we had our ball, then we had the front support, and then JJ sneaked it in just after the front support, like this, on the floor. Okay, so, very well done if you caught that. Now, it's your turn. You're going to have your chance to do this now. And I want you to go and get a family member and see if they can spot where your sneaky shape is. Okay? When you're ready, you've got 30 seconds, okay, to add in your sneaky shape. You ready? Go. Okay, let's recap then on the lesson that we've just done. So our main focus today, okay, was ball-shaped actions and showing a variety of them. All right. We have done static ball shapes. We've done ball-shaped actions, so using them to travel, and we've also looked at and had a go at our unit conditioning phrase. Now you need to make sure you remember your unit conditioning phrase. You know, those set of movements we just did, because we're going to be practicing them every single week alright, up until we finish. So you need to make sure practicing the unit condition phrase, and do not forget your ball shaped actions or your static ball shapes either. You've been excellent today. This has been JJ from Fiesta. See you later.